Hi friends, strangers, internet. Ooh, that was a cider burp and a coffee burp or something. Blah, blah, blah. Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is EmilyHanhan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. And I am back with yet another edition of New Makeup Nonsense Bingo! I'm excited. So, Theresa had a great idea. My dear friend Theresa is dead. If you don't know who she is, I do this video in collaboration with her. We usually average about once a month, but we're coming back to you 2 weeks after our last New Makeup Nonsense Bingo because the holiday fuckery has begun. So consider this a holiday release mini-sode. Now I'm calling it a mini episode, but this game is a piece of shit, so it's probably not going to be a mini episode. We will see. Time has yet to tell. Yeah, so the focus of today's video is going to be releases that are being called holiday releases. The fuckery is real. I would say it begins earlier and earlier every year, but I actually think the whole September holiday release thing is pretty much on par from the last couple of years. So, if you don't know what New Makeup Nonsense Bingo is, consider it 1 part will I buy it, 1 part anti-haul, 1 part bingo, 1 part drinking game. Today I have a basic bitch pumpkin cider. It's fine. It's not my favorite, but it'll do. If you're watching and you want to play along at home, or you're a creator and you want to do your own kind of spin on this, we have the bingo cards linked down below. We have hashtags, and that's basically it. Oh, we have a community playlist. That's what I'm missing. So if you're a creator and you do one of these videos and you want to be added to the playlist, just shoot me a DM on one of my social medias and I'll make that happen. How it works, Theresa and I pick out a bunch of releases to talk about, and then we use a randomizer to pick what we're going to talk about so that we don't just have the same videos. I mean, we wouldn't have the same videos because we're not the same bitches, but that's okay. We want to make it a little bit more spicy. So I'm going to show you a quick run through of what has been picked out that I can possibly speak on, and then we will jump into the actual game. Oh, and also, technically you drink when you hit a spot on the card and you're trying to hit bingo, but we just kind of drink throughout the video. So you can also partake in devil's lettuce or whatever vice you feel like partaking in that day, or no vices if that's your thing as well. There's no pressure. We're just here to have some fun. That was probably enough time for me babbling for you to see all of the releases. So I'm gonna scooch over a little bit and we will get into this game of New Makeup Nonsense Bingo, a holiday fuckery edition. I'm literally yawning at how boring this collection is. Well, okay. Here's the thing. The very first product picked is something I've already talked about. It's the Urban Decay Stoned palette, but it's a whole holiday collection, which is not really what I expected. To be honest, I could see them releasing the Stone palette and then doing a separate holiday collection. But the Stone Vibes palette is their holiday release. And so they've added a little mini 6-pan palette that just looks... It looks like the same palette they released. If it was all shimmers, if they'd put 6 of these shimmers in the mini palette, you might have gotten my money, Urban Decay, but you didn't. You put 3 boring mattes and then 3 shimmers. And then, again, there's the set with the butt plug lip glosses and the eyeliner and the palette and the highlighter. And then they did all their little mini sets, and they just did the same products they always do, but with the Stone Vibes packaging. Like the outer packaging, which is pretty boring. It's all pretty boring. I wish the products inside activated my magpie brain the way the outer packaging of the big palette does. I don't understand why it does, but it does activate that part of my brain. Unsurprisingly, for the holiday releases, this is a pretty common technique for brands. This is really just the same shit, the same Urban Decay minis with some new outer packaging. Not even product packaging, just outer packaging. Can somebody explain to me why SpongeBob SquarePants is collaborating with all these brands? First it was Juno & Co. and now it's Makeup Eraser? I'll admit I don't get it. I enjoy the SpongeBob memes, but I think I missed the era of SpongeBob. So it coming back around in the makeup world in kind of a nostalgic way, I don't really get it. So this is the SpongeBob 7-day set for Makeup Eraser. It's $25. Now, here's the thing. I like Makeup Eraser. I think that they are a really great solution to makeup wipes. I just think they are. I think that they are a good addition to my makeup routine because they also help me get off like cleansers in a way that feels a little easier rather than I often feel like I have to drown my face in water to like really rinse everything off. So I like their 7-day sets. They are small, like the 7-day sets, because I picked up the peach one. I think it went on sale at one point in time. Peach, meaning they're just little peach toned white like makeup erasers, and then they were in a little zip bag. They are pretty small. So, you know, if you're used to the full size wipe, or I keep calling them wipes, the full-size makeup eraser, which I think is, I'm going to say, like, about this big. The 7-day ones, they're not even half. They're, like, I would say a third the size of the regular. They're perfect for what I use them for, but I wanted to let you know in case you were expecting something different. So, I'm not against these 7-day sets. I just don't really get the SpongeBob part of it. And I think because some of them look kind of weird, like the printing. It's obviously not meant for me. But I'm just going to say that that is a collaboration with somebody definitely not known for their makeup. So, next up we have the KKW Fragrance round 2 for the sisters collaboration. So Kim, Chloe, and Courtney are releasing 3 fragrances. So Courtney's is the Ruby Diamond, unapologetically captivating. Ruby Diamond has sultry notes of fiery red ginger, meet the striking opulence of Ruby Orchid for an opening that astonishes from the very beginning. I really love fragrance descriptions because I never understand a word that they're saying. Chloe, the Sapphire Diamond, adorned with ethereal elegance and brilliance. Sapphire Diamond is an enchanted beauty. The bright opening of Italian mandarin, sea breeze, and crystallized blueberries mirror the mysterious aura of its chilling deep blue shade. It's weird. Okay, it's weird. Kim's fragrance has the least amount of like description to convince you to buy it. Just Kim's Emerald Fragrance, dressed in a dazzling shade of green, is an alluring, sensual, and sorry about that. Kim's Emerald Fragrance, dressed in a dazzling shade of green, is an alluring, sensual, and luxurious fragrance. Here's the thing. So the marketing images, has the 3 sisters. They're dressed in the tones of their perfume, and the bottles basically look like giant gemstones. There is I'm gonna keep using the inner magpie. There's inner magpie in me that if this was not the Kardashians, I would probably be like, I want to smell those because if there's a scent that I like, I want. But no. They're $40 each, or there's a bundle for $110. I don't want it because of all of the Kardashian reasons, and also because I'm actually not like a perfume like person. Like I wore the same scent for like over 10 years. I'm kind of on the hunt for something different, but I also don't want to activate that part of my brain. Like I've activated it for makeup. I don't need to activate it for perfume. Perfume is fucking expensive. And I'm gonna call this a collab that won't die, because I would love if the Kardashians just went away as a whole, but especially these like sister collabs, I don't care about them. Okay, speaking of actually, so one of the few scents that I've discovered in the last couple of years that I like is the KVD Saint, the white perfume of the duo. I don't know what it is. It's just I really like it. So when I saw the KVD Vegan Beauty Holiday 2020 palette revealed with the white textured packaging and touches of gold that remind me of the Saint perfume, I was interested. So this is a 14 pan palette. There's 6 mattes and 8 shimmers with 2 additional special effect flip shades. Okay, here's the thing, and I'm so annoyed. I saw swatches somewhere. I saw them. And the swatches were... the saddest swatches I've seen in a really long time, and I've seen some sad swatches lately. They were really, really sad. And I was talking about this with Audra because we did a live stream last night as of filming this, where we picked out things that we were interested in, not interested in new releases. And this is a palette that she mentioned being interested in. Now, okay, I found one video on the KVD social media that shows just a couple of the swatches, and they look pretty. But of course, the picture that I saw where they legitimately look like a whisper, just a whisper of pigment. Of course I can't find that again. So maybe that was a false release. Maybe it's better than those swatches made it look. I am undecided on this palette. I don't really think the color story is even for me, even if the swatches looked good, because I don't really care about a gold or a rose gold or a beigey pink. Like, yes, the blue, the purpley tones, the red, even the second from the right bottom row, it looks like a blue brown. Like, yeah, I could see how that's pretty, but I just don't trust it. But I'm so interested to see what happens with KVD, because I'm really curious to know if this is just like kind of a forever cursed brand that's never going to get its footing back, or if it has a chance to do that. I'd be super curious to hear what other people think about this palette, even just from looking at pictures. Like, do you have any interest? Or are you just like, yawn, I don't care? Let me know. Also, I'm calling that a product that's a catfish because I feel like we don't know enough yet. And you're trying to draw me in with the packaging and the idea of like flip shades and the glittery looking shades, but you haven't released swatches yet. So I don't trust you. I don't trust brands that do that. And we are back with Dior, specifically the Dior Face Glow palettes and like some lip glosses. So Dior is releasing 3 new quads of their highlighter palettes. a pure gold, which is shades of yellow gold and platinum, warm gold with shades of yellow gold and platinum with a metallic finish, and a warm gold with a sparkling finish, which probably means glitter. Hey, no. Then there's the rose gold, that's pearly pink, pearly pink, pure pink, rose gold, and golden peach, all with metallic finishes. Copper gold, which is auburn shades with a metallic finish, bronze with a sparkling finish, and golden bronze. Here's where I'm gonna admit that the pink one, the pink one has my name on it. So I've swatched these. Wow, I'm so like infatuated. I've swatched some of the previous Dior face palettes, both in store and at Theresa's home. The couple of times we've hung out because Theresa raves about them. They're so pretty. But I knew, like, the first one they released, there was only really 2 colors in there I was gonna reach for, and I think one was like the more white tone and one was more of a pinky tone. I mean, in my opinion, this is how Dior should have started the palette release. I'm not saying that the Auburn Copper palette is even deep enough for deep and rich skin tones, but this variety is like nice to see. That pink one though, and I know you can get pretty highlighters everywhere. I understand that. But yeah, this one might be a hard one to resist. At the same time, I'm still gonna call it pretty embossing basic makeup because, again, I understand that like there are good highlighters at all kinds of price points. And you might have just heard my elbow crack. That happened. But the glow that I've seen these give to people, and those pinky peachy tones. Okay, we're gonna move on so that I stop slightly obsessing about that. So next up we have Lime Crime with the Greatest Hits Classics 8-pan palette, and then a mini lip set that has a plushies formula in there, a lip glaze, and then Scene Queen, which I'm kind of assuming is a liquid lipstick. Here's the thing. That lip kit, or that lip set, I actually like that. I don't mind seeing like a variety. Like, I kind of dig it. I don't really want it. I do like the packaging because I'm kind of a basic bitch for a rose pattern. The Greatest Hits palette. So again, I think this concept theoretically is interesting, but the colors are just, I mean, I don't know, I just feel like, there's something about the way their greatest hits look that it feels like somebody trying to copy Lime Crime. It doesn't feel like Lime Crime releasing something new. It feels like someone trying to copy them. Like, it's major copycat vibes to me, the colors that are in there, because it looks like either the Venus one or the Venus XL, or like, it just, yeah, so it's just, it's a theoretically cool idea, but actually executed, I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't want it. On the opposite, complete opposite end of the spectrum, Copacetic Cosmetics, in collaboration with M. Jones 5018, is releasing a 9-pan palette called the Companion palette. Okay. So, putting down my phone because I can actually focus, because I have looked at this palette enough to like have thoughts put together already. This is what I want to see more brands do. So this is a 9-pan palette. The outside has this cute artwork of a puppers with some flowers. The colors on the outside are like a minty green, a peachy tone, and like a lavender purple. With, of course, the dog, which is brown fur. The inside features minty teals and greens, peachy tones, purples, and then a couple of like, I want to say neutrals, like icy gold is what it looks like. The colors on the outside reflect what's inside. They reflect what's inside. I don't know what sand motion is, but, and it's a 9-pan that's a companion because it's all shimmers, flakies. So I haven't tried Copacetic, so I don't know about them. I don't know their formula, but like, perfect introduction to the brand, in my opinion. This is going to be an amazing way for me to try the brand. So this palette is meant to be one that you can use as a companion to your existing collection. There are no mattes, no filler shades. These are all just sparkly, shifty, special shades that take a regular eyeshadow look and make it awesome. This is all from M. Jones, from one of their posts about the palette. Inside there are 3 pressed flakies, a multi-chrome, duochromes, and shimmers. You can use them alone, as toppers, inner corner highlights, all of that. They're doing glitter separate from the palette. There are none in the palettes, and I know a lot of y'all aren't a fan of pressed glitters. Okay. This is another thing, this is a brand listening, because Copacetic has released a previous 9-pan purple palette that was like, in my opinion, a more kind of muted, grungy take on the monochromatic palette thing, but it had a pressed glitter in there. There's no pressed glitters. It's just interesting, shifty shadows. M. Jones, the looks are all like textures and glitters and shine and very blown out inner corners and lots of duochrome and dimension. And I'm gonna say this, and this is not an insult to Monica, but like applauding. The thing with her photos, it's not like, it's not, how do I say, it's not perfect the way, like, they're not filtered. They're not filter photos. They're up close eye photos, but it's not like everything is smooth skin and perfection. It's like, no, this is my eye up close. You're going to see all of the textures that I put on my eyes, but you're also going to see natural skin texture. And like, I just love seeing that. I just love seeing that like realism about it. While at the same time, Monica is making these interesting, like out there looks and color combinations. So I don't know what the deal is with the pre-order. It is a pre-order palette. It's $35. She does have a code M. Jones to take it down to $31.50. I get that $35 for a 9-pan feels expensive, but if you're looking at special shades, toppers, and interesting duochromes and multi-chromes and, you know, glittery dimensional shades, if all of these colors draw you in, it's technically about $4 a shade. And to me, that's a great price point. So, like, I get it if you're not into all of these shades, it might not be worth it. But this has my name written all over it. The pre-order launches the 21st. So I hope Copacetic will release more information about what they mean by pre-order and timing. That's one of those things that I do hope more indie brands are clear about in terms of what you're signing up for. But yeah, I'm gonna buy that. And of course for that palette, I'm gonna give that spot all the multi-chromes. Okay, we're back to Dior. So Dior Holiday, I think, is coming for people that we didn't expect it to come for. So Dior has a Golden Nights holiday collection. It looks like there is a cushion powder in some, it's called Golden Night, so I wonder if it's like a highlighter, a blush in Rose Frisson that has a beautiful snowflake embossing, some couture lips, like a case with lipsticks, and then lip maximizers, which I believe are glosses, some, I think, nail polishes. Is that what that is? I'm not really sure. But then they have these quints, these 5-pan eyeshadow palettes. I don't personally want, it looks like there's 2 of them. I thought there was more, but it looks like there's 2. There's a more neutral tone one with a gold and like some deeper tones and some more lighter tones. But the other one, which again we talked about in my live stream with Audra, the 5-pan that has the burgundy in the middle with a black, a gray, a blue, and like a silver light gray. Depending on how those perform, this is the kind of shit that I like to see these luxury brands doing, because that's a little 5-pan color story that I don't see other brands doing. I don't see that out there normally. And it's interesting and deep and smoky, but it could be holiday, but it could also be witchy bitch, and like, yes, I'm influenced by Audra talking about this, but I agree with her perspective on just like, I like that. Like, I don't want it for me, but I see how that particular 5-pan could reach a different demographic that wouldn't normally pay Dior prices and would be like, no, fuck that, I'm buying it. And I like seeing like different takes on what holiday makeup looks like to different brands. That's also fun, not just seeing the same releases 5,000 times. I think I'm just gonna give that my basic holiday spot on the card. Oh, Bobbi Brown is releasing a holiday collection that seems like such a cool, interesting inspiration. But it's taking that neutral brown dead horse and beating it over and over and over again. It's a New York ballet themed collection. And there's at least 4 or 5 eyeshadow palettes in this collection. And they all look the same. Now here's the thing. I'm trying to get better about how I talk about makeup, shaming people for buying things you already own. Bitch, I know I own a lot of repetitive things in my collection because I love what I love. But a collection looking so similar makes no sense to me. Now, a brand releasing multiple similar things over the course of their career, or even over the course of a couple of years, I kind of can understand. And I understand why people buy multiple things. But this collection it just doesn't make sense in my brain, and it annoys me because the packaging is so like light and springy, and that's kind of exciting because I'm a spring and summer bitch. As you can see, I haven't transitioned to like orange pumpkins fall looks. I don't know if I will at all, but they're just all basic basic neutral palettes with some cool packaging. But I can't, no, we're not doing that. Okay, I need more booze for this. Too Faced. I don't even want to talk to you about your holiday release. It's not a let's talk moment. You know what the fuck you're doing. This is trash. Trash. Not only are there so many things being released, there's this Cinnamon Bear range, and then, as Lauren May Beauty so perfectly said, this like justice tween young girl animals and royalty crowns release, and then this weird in between that's just even more neutral shit. I know everything is a cash grab. I know it's all business, it's all making money, but this is the definition of a cash grab. I don't know why I have to beat up my phone to make a point. Fuck this holiday release. I don't think holiday releases have to inherently be bad. I think that they can be interesting ways to explore a brand, or like the Sephora Favorites kits. I don't even hate those. I think those can be interesting. Sometimes they're a complete waste of money, but sometimes they're like a fun way to play with some makeup. This bullshit, though, is like unpigmented cider burp. Sorry. Unpigmented bullshit. And like, fuck your lip injection lip glosses. Those are flames injected into your mouth that you cannot get rid of until they die down on their own. You cannot get rid of it. I am not the plumping lip gloss audience, but those in particular can go to hell and burn a fiery death. Okay, I'm gonna stop thinking about it because it makes me angry, but don't buy that shit. I just hate it. I hate it. Let's talk about yet another brand that can't fucking get their whole complexion release shit straight. Right now, that's Hourglass. So Hourglass has released their holiday line. They're doing their lipsticks, the slender, like, I'm gonna stab somebody stiletto lipsticks that look pretty cool. I've heard that they're great, but they're not really on my radar. So after the lipsticks, they have the Ambient Lighting Edit Mini Sculpture unlocked for $58. It's 4 shades. They have the finishing powder, blush, bronzer, and metallic strobe powder. And then the Ambient Light Editing Sculpture, that was a weird noise upstairs, for $80. That has 3 repeat or best-selling shades and 3 exclusive shades of blush, bronzer, highlighter, and finishing powder. It seems like this could be a bit of a catfish in terms of it looks deep and dark and rich, but the swatches that I saw on Alicia Kinky Sweat's video don't really look deep and dark and rich. Hourglass has been doing these holiday palettes for too damn long to continue to release them in one shade range. I don't get it. Because people have been vocal about it for years now. I mean, truly, it feels like it's been years that people have been talking about this. I was saying interesting. It's annoying how certain brands can get chance upon chance upon chance to do better, and they don't, yet they continue to get a lot of love. And that honestly ranges from cheap ass Colourpop, cheap budget Colourpop to high-end Hourglass. Like, I don't really understand it. I still feel this weird draw into what they release, including this collection, especially the little quad. I hear it's a repeat of like one of their bestseller palettes. Like, it's 4 of their shades from a bestseller palette, which kind of does draw me in because I didn't buy the $80 palette. I've never bought one of their $80 palettes. But I know a lot of the die-hard Hourglass lovers are like, oh, I have that already. Okay. Like, either I'm gonna buy it again because it's what I do, or it's like, oh, I didn't get to buy the whole collection this year. So, yeah. Hourglass is just one of those brands that I can't quite, like, I can't quite figure out what the fuck they're doing. I guess that's really it. Oh yay, another brand that I can't figure out what the fuck they're doing. Tarte. Hi, welcome to the boring ass holiday release party. I see that you're finally here. Cool. So, Tarte is doing a whole fuck ton of bundles that nobody wants. We're just gonna get that right out of the way. We have a 3-piece Tartelette Give, Gift, and Get Amazonian Clay eyeshadow set. So they basically done a mini of the boring ass neutral palettes that everyone already owns, but it has included one new one that's probably a sneak peek to a full-size palette that's going to be released later. There's a Tartelette in Bloom, a Tartelette Toasted, and then a Tartelette, it's the Lil Bloom, the Little Toasted, and the Lil Juicy. That's about as juicy as an old dried up pear, plum. Yeah, and it's $50 for 3 palettes when, let's say you just wanted Little Juicy. You've now spent $50 on 2 palettes that you probably already own or have already decluttered or didn't buy because you didn't want the color story. Now you have to find people in your life to gift them to when they've also probably bought that boring ass neutral palette years ago. That's a no from me. There's another one of their, it looks like their stackable blush things. They did kind of a version of this last year that looked more like melt palettes. This, I can't really tell. It looks like maybe they fold, like, it's like 3 layers with a mirror on top. See, shit like that always theoretically gets me. But the one Tarte blush that I tried, I got one of their, it was a birthday gift from Sephora like 2-3 years ago probably now. The Party blush. I don't get the hype. I didn't get it when I bought it or when I got it. These are just... And there's like some lip colors that look like those click up lip color pens that like NYX did a year and a half ago, and then a brush set that looks like those clear balms that had flowers embedded in them. That's what the handles look like. And then another neutral palette with a big blush in it, and then like some lash sets and liner sets and lashes and a sparkly lash curler with mascara. Like, maybe it's because I'm drunk, but I almost fell asleep just looking at all that. Like, no, we're not doing that. It's 2020. We're not doing that anymore, Tarte. I'm sure there's plenty of Karens out there that are doing that and are spending their money that way. That's fine. But I'm not doing that. So, let's talk about this Essentials palette from Sigma in collaboration with Stephanie Lang. I definitely had my time watching Stephanie Lang back in the day because it was one of the first YouTubers that would come up when you searched hooded eye makeup videos. So this palette, it's 9 eyeshadows, and 3 face palette or face colors. How many different people need to come out with a palette that is kind of marketed as an essentials, particularly palettes that have face products in them? How many times does that need to happen before enough black people and people of color shout in your motherfucking face to stop with this bullshit? The bronzer, the bottommost bronzer looks orange. And then that second color looks neutral pale. And then is that like a beige icy highlighter? Why? I would rather just call this Stephanie Lang X Sigma. Don't call this bullshit an essentials palette. An essential to who? It's an essential to Stephanie, and there's no hate towards her theoretically, although kind of, sort of, maybe. Okay, maybe there's a little hate. Criticism, not hate. This is an essential palette for you. But calling it the essentials palette is false advertisement. It's a fucking lie. And white people, for the love of fucking God, just talk to a black person and listen to them before you release a makeup item. Just talk to them. Maybe more than one of them. It's not hard. Like, I just... Okay, this just... It makes me kind of... It makes me like angry to a point that maybe doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but I'm just so fucking over it. So I'm just over it. And I honestly can't imagine, actually I can't imagine how people of color and black people deal with this all the time. Okay, I'm gonna try not to make this into a political rant and rage, but this is not an essentials palette. Essential to who? Essential to who? Hear me out. This 12 pan palette that Stephanie released, the Face and I. Is it oversized? In my head it is. Does it reek of Morphe? It really does. I'm putting it in the oversized Morphe palette section of the bingo card because, like, this is bullshit that no one needs, and that's exactly the kind of shit Morphe releases. Another release that I don't really think fits anything on the bingo card, but just this Pat McGrath Crystal Lip Kit. I understand theoreticals about playing with editorial makeup, doing more fun, creative things. You know, I get it. But you're charging me $75 for a mini lipstick, which 3 of your minis is $25, so let's say that's $8. You're including an applicator pen, which is probably just a silicone tip pointy pen thing that is not expensive. Duo glue that you can get at any drugstore. And then 4 little containers of a glitter and red Swarovski crystals in 3 sizes. $75. Maybe it's just me, but like I don't see a red crystal lip. I'm not saying it's not cool. I'm not saying it doesn't look motherfucking awesome. But it doesn't even feel that creative to me. And like, obviously it's not even holiday relevant, because no motherfucking person is gonna wear that out and about. If you do, major respect, but also it's mask season. So no, you're not gonna put this on and then wear it out to go to some amazing holiday cocktail party, because guess what? No one's gonna see it. I think the thing is that if you're gonna be weird and editorial, like, own it. Be just the weirdest, most avant-garde fucking brand out there. This is lukewarm. Oh, and back again with Colourpop, the best nickname I've heard for this cancel piece of shit. Thank you, Ari Lynette, for that. I don't know where it came from originally, but Ari Lynette, thank you for Colourpop. The newest collection is the Coast to Coral collection. Tell me this doesn't look like dead coral. I don't even know what dead coral looks like, but like the fake coral they have in the image looks like dead coral, and the colors match that. Also, their 9-pan palettes are $14 now, so yeah, there's that. They are releasing more ultra glossy lips, which again, I keep hearing ultra glossy is the least liked of the gloss formula, so that seems like a great choice, Colourpop. Some cream gel liners, which are dry as fuck, and pencil liners, which often dry out really quickly, and Soul Body, like, glowy oil thing, and highlighters, and but this palette is so recycled. The funniest thing that I saw on the internet recently, so I knew that the Coast to Coral collection was very fucking repetitive within the Colourpop range. But then Faces by Gina shared this post on her stories. The account is makeup.juliana with 2 N's. This person shared a photo of 6 of the 9-pan palettes, and one of them is Coast to Coral, and the other 5 are previously released Colourpop palettes. That Pam from The Office meme, it's the same picture. Yeah. Now, I know, I'm over here being like, I'm trying to work on, like, how much I makeup shame people, and, like, we buy the same things because we love them, and I know that's the way it goes. But when it comes to Colourpop, I think because their formula is so fucking mediocre to me, and they are so oversaturating the market and setting trends with other brands to oversaturate the market similarly, and they don't really care about how their products work or function on black skin tones, and they actively have, like, not featured black creators in their social media sphere, I'm going to insult or criticize your desire to buy the same palette 6 times over from a brand. It's another fucking Colourpop release, and I just hit bingo, and that's great because I just finished this drink. So there is some raging, annoyed, frustrated energy for all of the literal fuckery that's being released for the holidays. First of all, if anything that I talked about and raged against is stuff you actually want, I mean, I'm surprised you're probably still watching, but if you are, that's no hate towards you. But also wait for it to go on sale. Like, that's my motto right now, is especially mainstream. If it's sold in Sephora or Ulta, wait for a sale. Because every brand is going to be begging for our money because we all don't have a lot of it. So, yeah. The only times I'm not buying on sale are when I'm buying indie. And lately I've been buying indie a whole lot. So, there's that. But anyway, I've hit bingo. I have talked a lot. I don't know so much about the whole mini-sode part of this, but I hope you enjoyed. If for some reason you haven't seen Theresa's video, I will have that linked in the description box. If you're over here from Theresa, thank you so very much. I would love for you to subscribe, follow along with these colorful, angry, ragey shenanigans. I would say I'm not always angry in all my videos, but can't guarantee that. I try not to be, but I can't guarantee that. Anyway, thank you so very much for spending a bit of your day with me. Take care of yourself. Don't forget, you are worth the care and the love that you extend to your friends and family. And also, just a random sidebar, if they don't extend you the same love you extend them, fuck them. You're better than that. You deserve more. Okay, I am done with my mushy gushy self-care-ish related rantings. Thank you again for spending a bit or a lot of your day with me. Hopefully I will see you again real soon. Bye, friends.